Welcome to Altered Pages, where myths masquerade as memories. Join Meeka as we explore readings from a novel that's not yet written. Started my day shoveling 8 inches of fresh overnight snow. Continues to fall. The beauty of that is the quiet you fall into through a deliberate, conscious act. The mindful joy of watching your energy change things, of feeling your spirit come alive in the effort, in the sheer bright white light of joy that comes from seeing a clear and open path to your home, place where dreams reside. Up north, I think of the past and what it was like to feel the silence, to be it, not hear it, but be fully immersed in the quiet where feeling, hearing, sensing, living, and even your own breath become visible on the exhale. The breath becomes part of the universe, misting and willing itself into the spirit of the world. Seeing that breath held in the crisp air, transforming into spirit, created a sense of belonging that I found hard to find. Clarity lived in those moments. I felt joy, even as the cold burned when it entered my lungs, and the chill ran through my fingers as I wiggled them to make sure they were still there. I loved being up there on the farm in those moments. Winter brought a kind of pause. Everything slowed to a crawl, to a blissful period of near zero responsibility, a gentle sense of peace. I was unmedicated then, so things aren't always clear. I don't always know what's real and what's not. But I suppose all memories are made up, glimmers and fragments stitched together through our senses and what we wish the past had been. Nothing is certain. Perception is unreliable at the best of times. There was a lot of sacrifice living in that tiny 150 square foot wood shack filled with cold, mildew, spiderwebs, dust, and the smell of smoke. Traveling down 2 flights of icy stairs, walking 100 meters to the outhouse, breaking ice just to lift the lid. We lined the seat with styrofoam so our skin wouldn't freeze to the plastic. I wasn't there that first winter, but we couldn't afford anything else. He had just started working and I was 1,700 kilometers away trying to finish school so we could build a better future. We moved north because that's where the opportunity was, like so many others chasing freedom. I love that we could do anything to follow our dreams, and we did. But now in reflection, I see that was part of the problem. He didn't have dreams of his own. His dream was me. And when I began to follow my own heart, things became harder. I started to look different, and his idea of who I was no longer fit the dream he'd wanted. I was no longer the person he was following. His expectations of my image, my behavior, my needs diverged from reality, and I did the same. Unfairly, naively, I had made him my hero. I cast him as my savior. It's a pattern I repeated before him and after him too. If I turned the object of my codependence into a hero, then I could justify changing myself to meet their needs, because I owed it to them. I needed to pay them back to make their life better, and I could only do that by turning myself into what they would want me to be. But that narrative never lasts. Back to the silence, the stillness. breath can become the spirit of the air. Those memories evoke a tumultuous pattern, a cornucopia of feeling inside a single paragraph of recollection. Emotions charged with guilt, shame, desperation, hope, joy, love, helplessness. Now, freedom. Those feelings compress into my chest, turning breath into weight, a burden, a sentence. But I breathe in the air of the presence. In a home that belongs to no one but me. Here I am safe, here in my independence. I have given myself the freedom to release that stuck breath of memory. I look around and grateful there is no snow here. Comforting, knowing that even without the snow, I can return to that silence whenever I choose.